Hello, and today we'll continue with Undefeated. The open doorway leads into a massive chamber where tables and seats scatter all over. These seats, of course, are filled with men of various shapes and sizes and species. The vibe seems similar to what I heard back in the Mad Bay, just much louder. People chatting, laughing, scarfing down food. If TV and movies were any indication, this is probably what college cafeterias would have been like. It's pretty fucking loud. I'm not sure I can get used to this, though I suppose I'll have to. I start walking through the aisles of tables along the back walls or a number of different food stations looks like they... Oh shit, my bad, little dude. This rather large wolf had swung his arm out, gesticulating wildly in the story he had been engrossed in. I hadn't noticed until his hand stepped into my right shoulder. I totally didn't see you there. Are we good? Haha. It stung a little bit, but nothing serious. I'm fine, thanks. His friends let out a quiet laugh. Dude, you gotta watch yourself. You could have broken his arm. They all laughed at that, a little louder this time. I really can't be bothered to deal with this. Whether they're joking at my expense or not, I'm not here to talk with them. I told one to walk away. You look a little lost, little guy. Need any help? God damn it. I could just walk away without answering, but that would probably just cause more problems. I know how these guys are. No good, thanks. Before they can say anything else, I walk off, heading deeper into the cafeteria hall. I don't hear anything from them, so I'm assuming they got the message. Little guy. Ugh. He sounded so condescending. I know I'm small. I don't need someone pointing it out. It's so loud in here. I need to find Red so I can get out of here. This noise is driving me crazy. Drayden says he was a hyena dude. He's probably the small one on the other end of the cafeteria waving at me. I wade through the aisles and passed by the folks walking around with their trays before finally making it to Red. Yo! The hyena is seated on the end of a table separated from some other men by a few seats. Red waves a short salute. His tail flicks to either side underneath him. Way back. Hey, it's Red, right? I extend my paw. He claps his own into it. Xander, nice to meet you. Good to meet you too, man. And yeah, technically it's Redline, but Red is fine too. I return my paw after a nice proper shake. He keeps looking up at me, and his tail is still wagging. There's always that awkward lull after meeting someone when neither of you really have an agenda to attend to. When circumstances just sort of force you to interact, but you really don't know what to say or how to proceed. I guess I've fallen into that again. He's still looking at me. Come on, man, take a seat. I want to hear all about it. I hesitate for a second before dropping down across the table from him. Yeah, man, the fight is getting pretty excited at this point. It's her eye over at the men sitting a few seats down. They don't seem to notice or care, so I turn back to Red. I mean, you saw what happened, right? For sure, I think we all did. People don't really like to miss Bruce's fights. Redline takes another bite of his sandwich, holding the unfinished half in his hand as he talks. People say he gets angry when people don't show up to watch, so I guess everyone just sort of comes out to see what's up. He swallows. But Christ, dude, we fucking lost our minds when they sold you, dude. We were expecting a bloodbath, man. I think people were putting money on whether you'd even survive. And there were my eyes. Sorry to disappoint. The hyena lets out a sharp one-beat laugh. Hey, don't sulk to me. I made a cool $50 off of you pulling through. He laughs again, a little quieter this time. I can feel myself glaring at him. Well, then, I'm glad I pulled through for your sake. I appreciate it, dude. Maybe if it happens again, I'll buy you something nice after you can walk again. He laughs at his own joke. I think he's picked up the hint that I didn't think it was as funny as he thinks as his ears flicker slightly. What's the matter? If you're sad about losing, don't be, dude. Who's like, really big, dude. Redline sells a few of fries in his dude's mouth. Besides, you won't have another fight like that again, right? So your odds are probably like really in your favor or something. Probably, I mean, I'm not a math magician. I can't help but frown. I think you mean mathematician. Redline thinks for a moment and shakes his head. No, that doesn't sound right. I think you took too many hits to the head. He winks. I can't get a read on this guy, but I can't help but feel a smile creep up the corner of my mouth. You know, I didn't take any. You saw the fight. He swallows a mouthful of salad he had. That's true. Maybe the medicine is making you loopy then. I swear, that's probably what it is, yeah. I hope you keep good on your promises, though. I got another fight lined up with him. Redline coughs, gagging awkwardly on his salad. He takes a swig of water, swallows, and inhales. What? Redline nearly stands over the table now, glaring down at me while I fold my hand over the side of my temple. I can tell the man down the table looking at Redline as he yells. You have another? Are you insane? Please be quiet. Why? I stare daggers into him as he continues to yell. Because people are staring. Because people are starting to stare. You know what I mean? He pauses, looking around to the number of people that had turned to our direction. He sits down, leaning in close. I mean, why another fight? I huff out a quiet sigh, my fingers rubbing up against the bridge of my nose, and let a beat pass just long enough until I feel like they've stopped staring. Contract details. I'd rather talk about it when there are less people around. Oh, okay. Redline goes right back to his food, scooping up his little cardboard cup of fries and fisting around inside. He plucks a few fries out and sticks them in his mouth. He turns the cup to face me. Are you hungry? The few remaining fries rattle around inside the cup. They look pretty soggy except for the ones that burnt to a crisp. I stare at them for a few seconds before drawing my vision back up to red. No, I'm alright. I can feel an awkward pause coming up, so I add a bit more. I ate pretty well in the med bay, actually. Oh yeah? I've never been in long enough just to eat. I've never been in long enough to need to eat there. He picks at a fry or two for a few seconds before his eyes shift to either side. I mean, I wasn't. That sounded like I was bragging or something. Sorry, what I meant was, he picks at a fry or two for a few seconds before his eyes shift to the other side. I mean, I wasn't. That sounded like I was bragging or something. Sorry, what I meant was, our eyes met for only a moment before his turned away again. He sets his now empty cup back onto his tray and swallows the remainder of food in his mouth. So, did you at least get all healed up? I mean, you're here now, obviously, but like, was the medicine good? Are you feeling alright? My right shoulder is still a little bit sore. I roll the joints and try not to make a face. For the most part, yeah. I've got some physical therapy tomorrow for this piece of work. But all in all, it could have been worse. The doctor was pretty nice too. Who you get? Drayden, I think his name was. You see us perk up. Oh, I know of him. We haven't talked, though. Is he as scary as his name sounds? No, he was actually really nice. Like a weird dad or a pediatrician. That managed to get a laugh out of the hyena. You do look pretty young, though I guess most of us lightweights do, right? And I'm ahead looking around the cafeteria. I guess I can see that, yeah. So what's the deal with the food here? Do I just... Realize I was already standing by the time I started my second question. Oh, dude looks totally confusing, I know. It's actually really cool. Follow me. He already started walking away. He'd probably start talking even if I wasn't right behind him. I wonder if he will. No, that's me. I get up and follow Redline. So as part of your contract or whatever, you get access to most of the calf whenever you want. He doesn't even look back to check if I'm following before he starts talking. Damn, I could have gotten away with it. You in the mood for anything specific? I almost say that the hospital food had done me good, but watching those flies rattle around awakened something in me. That latent hunger that never really seems to go away. It grows, it desires. I wouldn't mind a smoothie or something. At that, the hyena turns on his heel, pointing to one section along the wall of the cafeteria. Smoothly stays onward. He's already walking. I follow him. I follow alongside him. He moves pretty fast, but it's not hard to keep up with him. So at the start of regular meal hours, you'll probably have to wait in line for stuff, but you're in luck. Lunch started a while ago, so you'll probably be fine. Regular meal hours? Yep, I think it's something like 5 to 9 a.m. for breakfast, pre-workout, and then 11 to 3 for lunch, and I think 5 to 9 for dinner. You get used to the times. They're pretty flexible since people are always coming in and out of the gym. He scratches his ear. The menus are pretty big. Sometimes they do special meals too. Turkey and stuff in the fall, ham in the winter, seasonal stuff. Redline stops on a dime and catch myself from bumping into someone walking in front of us. It seems we're here. The smoothie station he had mentioned earlier seems to be more of a traditional coffee shop looking place. A nice wooden finish surrounds this section of the cafeteria, and it actually has a door that leads out of the hallway. That leads out to the hallway. Seems like I can access this place when the rest of the cafeteria is closed. Kind of a weird departure from the rest of the cafeteria and this rather masculine looking clientele, but I'm not about to complain. Redline nudges me from my left, wrapping an arm around me. I tense up when he presses his arm into my shoulder from the other side. See, check the menu, dude. They have everything. Smoothies, coffee, protein shakes, energy drinks, you name it. It's really an impressive menu. I take a moment to scan over the options while Redline rambles on about some of his favorites. A good 30 seconds pass by before someone taps on my shoulder. Are you gonna order? My head cranes around to see a number of men behind us. Seems I've started a line. Shit. I stumble forward to the polite older barista who's probably been standing there uncomfortably for the whole time. Sorry, can I get a mango banana smoothie? She confirms and writes something on to her cup while the other baristas get to work and step back out of the way while the rest of the customers get in line. Can't help but feel embarrassed for making people wait. I don't know anyone else here, and I've already managed to piss off a bunch of strangers. I swear to God the guy behind me was growling. You alright? His voice makes me nearly jump. Yes. Yeah, no. I think I held up the line there. I probably clasped my right shoulder. Ow. Redline seemed to enjoy getting real close. I wouldn't sweat it. You're new here. I feel like that's less of an excuse than you think it is. Massage is not like anyone's in any rush. It's lunchtime, dude. Get your smoothie and relax. As if on cue, another barista calls my name, holding up a small cup filled with a light orange concoction. I ease my way to where they stand and snatch it up, giving it hasty thanks. Redline and I start making our way back towards the table. He's been chatting idly since I got my smoothie. He talks pretty loud and fast, but I suppose it's better than him being drowned out by the noise of the cafeteria. God, this smoothie really hits the spot. Seeing those flies had me thinking about salty food for a few minutes. I guess that was enough to get me thirsty for something fruity. The sweetness of the banana was overpowered only by the flavor of the fresh mango, nice and cool and creamy too. Why didn't I think to ask for this in the med bay? I guess I didn't know they served this stuff. I usually just went with whatever Drayden recommended. He kept telling me to try the salmon, and I had to keep telling him I'm a vegetarian. You think my daughter would remember that much at least? And so he had my tray, right? And I had to butt in and say that it was mine, not his. And then he just, like, took off running. Right, I probably should have been listening. I guess he was embarrassed or something, but the worst part is that while he was running away, I yelled sorry out at him. Redline hacks out a laugh that's halfway between nervous and embarrassed. You apologize to the guy? To that guy trying to steal my food. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. His paws pressed into his temple, muffling an exasperated groan. I mean, hey, if the food was good enough, then... Oh, dude, it was fucking amazing. Like, so good that I gotta pace myself with it. Luckily, they only have it on the menu, like once a month. Otherwise, it all happens so fast. I'll look at Redline as he talks, and I'll bump into someone maybe, hard enough to accidentally crush my smoothie cup. The lid pops off, spilling that mango banana mixture onto the center of the brick wall of a man I bumped into. He shoves me back faster than I can process as I scramble. Luckily, they only have it on the menu, like once a month. Otherwise, it all happens so fast. I'm looking at Redline as he talks, and I bump into someone maybe, hard enough to accidentally crush my smoothie cup. The lid pops off, spilling that mango banana mixture onto the center of the brick wall of a man I bumped into. He shoves me back faster than I can process it, and as I scramble to stay on my feet, I slip into the bit of smoothie that dropped to the floor. My backside crashes to the floor, with Redline trying and failing to keep me held upright by my right arm. Ouch. Fuck. After shaking myself out of my stupor, I look up to see my aggressors, 4 men standing in front of us, one of them with a red orange stain on his shirt, and next to him the one in the middle, Bruce. Our eyes meet, if only for a second, almost as some sort of confirmation to our identities. Hey, what the fuck? You got a problem, shithead. The canine with a stain barks back at Redline. Bruce's chest shouts out a short sigh, and I swear I see his eyes roll for a split second before they close. With that, his arms reach out. Bruce bends over, claws digging into my shirt as I'm yanked up into the air. I get a closer look into Bruce's eyes at his height. He looks pissed, to be frank. I mean, he normally looks pissed, but this was a different type of piss. When I used to watch his fights, and even in our bout earlier, he had this air about him, a big mean motherfucker, someone that took enjoyment out of breaking bones and ending careers. Like a demolition expert, excitedly lining up dynamite to blow a building to hell. But here, inches from his face, with Redline barking out this aggressor, with the whole cafeteria feeling like it's frozen in time, he feels like a different person. He's not enjoying this. He wants me dead, I can feel it. I'm amazed they let a bitch like you out of med bay. A grin spreads across his face, his eyes don't change. And now you're trying to start shit again? Then I will kick your ass. You hit him too hard, Bruce. I think he must have forgot. His buddy to the other side yells out, forcing a laugh from Bruce and the man behind him. I still don't know who the fuck you think you are, kid. I dropped to the floor, well, more forced down into it. Bruce had been holding me up a good foot in the air. Luckily, I managed to land on my feet and avoid slipping into the mango smoothie, slowly melting on the towel. Bruce's forceful self sort of broke the physical stalemate we had been in. Everyone around us had to stop and see what just made that sound. But you'll stay the fuck out of my way if you know what's good for you. Bruce's massive hands pressed against me on that word, and let out a grunt forced backward. but Redline's tight grip on my wrist helped steady me. He'd been holding on to it this whole time. I hadn't even noticed. You got that? The snarl echoes out through the dining hall. Everyone on our side of the cafeteria is staring silently, watching like statues ready to witness a crime. Even the staff of the food stations are frozen. A fart drops somewhere, followed by the presumed owner whispering shit. The beast stands back up to his full height, towering over most people in the vicinity. It's a pretty uncomfortable scene. Brewster's eyes shift to the opposite side, looking for something I can't see. Silently he moves. He's definitely faster than I think anyone would give him credit for, especially at the size he is. His body moves straight forward, walking past me and forcibly checking me with his shoulder as he does. The rest of his pose follows, the canine making sure to step carefully over the slush on the floor. Do you think this will wash out? He speaks in a hushed tone to the man next to him, their voices fading into the distance as they exit. I can't focus on them right now. I'm not able to put coherent thought to what just happened. I had my smoothie, and I was talking to Redline and I fell in his eyes. That was different from before. He was angry. He was really fucking angry. Stay out of his way. How the hell am I supposed to do that? We're all fucking trapped down here. I'll probably run into him later today on my way around the facility. Am I just supposed to stay in my room? And why is it so fucking loud in here? Xander? A first breath of stale air flows through my nostrils as Redline's voice catches my attention. He's really close to my ears. I blink a few times. A bit of wet from the edge of my eye spreads to my upper eyelid. My hand quickly rises to wipe them dry. Dude, I'm fine. The crack in my voice proves me wrong. I clear my throat and try again. It's fine, sorry. What the hell was that? First he ruins your smoothie and now he thinks he just gets to shove you around? The fuck is his problem? Redline's louder than normal. I think that's just how he is. I don't know yet. He continues on, walking us back towards our table. I follow without thinking, though I'd rather be anywhere else. Nah, dude, that's some bullshit. Like, we get little spats here and there all the time, but where does he get off pushing you around like that? I can feel the rest of the cafeteria's eyes laser focused on us, my head still ringing. I don't think I can avoid Redline being any louder than he already is. I need to get out of here. Listen, man, can we go? He looks at me weird. Go? Oh, the room. Right, God. Yeah, let's go. Follow me. He grabs my wrist again and walks a lot faster now, aiming for a pair of doors leading out to the hallway. I try to keep my head down as we pass a number of men on our way out. Redline marches straight through the open doors like a man on a mission. It's a bit louder out here than it was before, but not by a whole lot. More people walking around. It seems lunchtime is near its end. There are still a few people out and about, though. I think I see a few heads turn as Redline leads us into the main hall. He wastes no time taking a direct path to where we need to go. Down the hall, up a flight of stairs into the second floor hallway. It's just as wide as the first floor, but completely empty. Redline and I power walk down the empty hall. Unlike the main floor, though, the walls are completely covered with normal wooden doors defending each room. Redline's grip is really strong. I can keep up with him just fine, but he's got a death grip on my wrist. Redline. His ears twitch, and he stops almost immediately, turning to face me. What's up? I look at my wrist. You're hurting me. Huh? Oh, sorry. Naina immediately pulls his paw away, releasing me, and hesitates over my wrist for a second like he's unsure if he should rub it or something. I take mine back as well, rubbing my wrist gingerly. My shoulder still hurts from when he was pulling on it in the cafeteria. Still, the fact that he was holding so tight was a nice gesture, even if it probably didn't help my soda. I feel like I should say something, but I'm kind of enjoying the silence for now. It finally feels like I can finally breathe. We had kept walking until Redline pulled his hands away, but at a bit of a slower pace, whatever gets us closer to the room and further away from the others, I guess. Here we are. Redline stopped right in front of a door at the end of the hall, room 202. There's a separate stairwell just to the left of the room. Behind the fire door, it actually seems convenient. I won't have to contend with other people trying to use the hallways or stairwells at the same time. Seems pretty handy. Speaking of handy, Redline jams his thumb against a little notch on the handle to my room. After a second, a light on the handle flashes green, along with a short beeping sound. The mechanical locks on the door click, and Redline pushes the door to my room open. There we go. Come on in. Redline leads the way into the space. It's small. Not terribly small, granted, but still. We stand in a cozy rectangular room. A bed sits along the back wall, leading up to what appears to be a window. Seated across from the bed is an empty desk with a chair shut neatly under it. This exact layout is mirrored on the other side of the room, with a small nightstand separating the beds and a large dresser separating the desk. The other side is clearly well lived in. I can see my phone plugged in and face down on the nightstand. What's with the window? We're on the ground. Redline lets out a short laugh. Oh yeah, they're like light screens or something. Since we don't see the sun down here, they need something to help keep our circadian rhythm going smoothly. It helps keep our sleep cycles working. There's a bit of an awkward pause as I move further into the room. These rooms were a lot bigger in the advertisements. Dahina laughs nervously. Oh yeah, I think they sell like tier 3 rooms. In the ads, we gotta work our way up if we want rooms like that. I can feel my expression contort slightly. Redline gestures around. Yeah, I guess we're roommates after all. I have to pause to process everything. It makes sense. I suppose seeing the two beds and seeing how Redline had fingerprint access to what I thought was my room. A sigh escapes my mouth as I drop onto the bed. There's a bit of give to it, though. Part of that might be the comforter on top of the mattress. My hand clutches the bridge of my muzzle. I can hear Redline step to one side uncomfortably. Sorry, I shake my head. No, Redline, you didn't. It's not you. No, I get it. You weren't expecting to have to share a room with anyone. They didn't really mention that when I registered. A few voices echoed down the hall. They must be loud, given how far away they sounded. Redline sticks his head out the door, looking down toward them before coming back inside. Started the door behind him. The door locks click. It's just I drop back, landing with a thump on the comforter. Nothing's really going right. Not like I expected, at least. The two of us are silent for a minute. What did you expect? Money, solitude, a working soda, less concussions. I don't know. Another awkward silence lingers for a few moments, and I hear Redline pull his chair back and flip open what sounded like a laptop. You might just need to sleep on it. That's what I do whenever I have a lot on my mind. I sit back up. Redline's got his laptop on, type away at something. I got plenty of rest in the med bay. Redline wheels around to face me. Yeah, and then you got assaulted in the calf. Not to mention you found out you were rooming with her yin. I give her a weird look, but I can't help but feel a smile crack. Redline sees that smile, I think as a smile forms on his face, he turns back to his laptop. Trust me, Xander, take a nap. You'll feel better in the morning. Well, you know what I mean. And that does sound nice. I felt The adrenaline was wear off after we got to the second floor, but I didn't really start feeling tired until I sat on the mattress. I lay back on the top of the comforter, probably laid down in the bed. It's nice, definitely better than the beds in the med bay. Doesn't take long for my eyes to close gently. A few more seconds of silence pass before Redline speaks up again. You mind if I put on some music? Hesitation. That depends what kind of music. How this sound? A gentle guitar with a sweet saxophone melody flows from his laptop speakers. Redline leans back in his chair, arms folded behind his head. You like jazz? I could listen to this stuff all day. I could listen to all sorts of music all day, but today just sort of feels like a jazz kind of day, you know? It's nice. Huh? I like it. I was afraid it would be something, I don't know, high energy. Redline lets out a louder than necessary laugh. Maybe it feels louder than it is. I don't know. Come on, man. Just ate lunch. You think I want to run around? Actually, wait. I think I could go for a jog. You want to come? I hear they got some new stuff in the library we could check out. Oh, man. I haven't even showed you around yet. Redline, yeah? Wait, right, shit. You're sleeping. Sorry. Thank you. I lay in silence for a short while, laid back on this new bed. A cold breeze brushes past my ears. If only for a second, there was probably a vent somewhere. At least it won't get too stuffy, especially given there's no windows and only one exit in the room. The blanket squints up underneath me as I curl up slightly. The jazz is nice, the bed is nice, Redline is quiet and nice. But quiet's more important right now. Some time passes. My eyes flutter open to see an empty room, a silent room too. Redline's laptop is still open, but he's not here. Guess he went for that walk after all. I want to get out of here, out of this room, out of this facility, just out. I just need some fresh air. At least Redline's not here to bark some story at me. I really don't know if I can handle a chat right now. It's hot. I throw my covers off and roll out of the bed. The door opens and I step into an empty hallway. Did I sleep until dinner? There's that stairwell to my left. I might as well take that down. I push the door open and step into the elevator. The elevator door closes. There's no buttons, but it starts moving down soon enough. It doesn't move for long. Coming to a stop, the door slides open and reveals the stone arena I fought in earlier. Good. If I'm here, maybe I can win and leave. Or maybe someone can kill me. Either way, I won't have to deal with this anymore. This fight, this league, this whole miserable life. Gone in an instant. No more pain, no more fear. It's dark and it's chilly. The padded gloves on my hands make me realize I'm in a fight gear. Did I sleep in this? The door on the other side of the arena is still closed. I'm standing at my end of the wing, waiting for the elevator door to open. It feels like forever, but it finally does. Bruce is there, stopping straight through the wing toward me. He says some baseless taunt I can't bother to pay attention to. I have to end this. His hand moves before the bell rings, sweeping from the side of and clutching my neck. Before he can lift me, I go to send a punch to his jaw. My right arm doesn't respond. It's limp at my side. I can't move it. When did that happen? I'm lifted up. He must not be holding my neck tight because I can breathe just fine. My legs kick out, trying to damage his midsection, trying to stop him somehow. Anyhow, Bruce doesn't react. He just grins. See you soon, kid. His forehead moves closer and fast, almost like I blinked. I blinked and missed it. The blinding white flash in my vision, splitting headache, however, can't be ignored. I tried to cry out, but nothing happens. His head was back again, and then I think I move again. It's hard to tell before the searing pain strikes through my skull. There's a dull buzzing sound ringing through my ears. Bruce pulls his head back. Another flinch, another empty cry, another strike stabbed onto my forehead. There's a bit of blood splattered onto Bruce's forehead. Bruce doesn't even blink. Stop. I feel something break, my skin splitting open like a piece of old fabric. The splash of blood on Bruce's forehead has grown. That buzzing is louder now. Let me go. The pain is too hard to register. I can't move. I could hear my skull crack with that last headbutt. There's blood dribbling down my muzzle. Bruce's head looks raw. Please. I close my eyes before Bruce can pull me in again. My body spasms as I sit up. I'm in my bed in my room. We're in our room. My hand moves to my forehead. There's a soft patch of fur, warm and solid. No blood. And the pain that was there is quickly fading away, dispersing throughout my temple. I'm alive. At a glance, Redline is gone, his laptop closed and his chair left against the end of his bed. My sticky hands come to rest against the bed, my heavy breathing finally starting to slow down. I hear that buzzing sound again on my phone. My body stills and I reach for the nightstand. I unplug the headphone and turn it over to look at the screen. My blood runs cold. Dad. 2 minutes calls. The fur on the nape of my neck prickles, trailing a chill down my back. Why is he calling? Why is he calling now of all times? It's usually been just a text here or there, or a straight message on a friend book. Now he wants to talk. I've been staring at the screen for so long that it switched back into sleep mode. The glass reflects my own face back into me. My eyes meet my own for a moment, then they look so sad. They look so tired. I flop back onto the bed, blowing out a sigh as the phone drops onto the comforter next to me. What the fuck am I going to do? Bruce is a no-go, and the commissioner has complete control over the roster. My officers are to beat Bruce, speak with the commissioner, or break my contract and spend the next 50 years paying out the ass for voiding the legal document. I'd rather not leave here more poor than I came. And beating Bruce is probably impossible, right? So I'll have to talk with the commissioner. I'm sure he wouldn't want death on his hands, and I'd really rather not die if I can avoid it. So that's the next plan of attack. Then what else am I supposed to do? The phone next to my head starts buzzing again, and I suit back up into a sitting position. A mixture of fear and rage well up from the pit of my stomach, reaching the tip of my antlers. I pick up the phone without looking at the screen. What the fuck do you want? There's a brief moment of silence from the other end. Alex? Oh my god. I look at my phone, screening for the caller ID. I don't recognize the number, but it's not my father. Hey, Doc. Well, yes, this is Drayden. Calling for Alex? That's me. Hey, Alex. Are you okay? Another sigh from my mouth. Yeah, no. I'm all good. Just had my mind wanders back to the caller ID. Just a bad dream. Spooked me pretty bad. Oh, I hear you. Stressful situations can mess with your subconscious. I don't really know how to answer that. There's a few seconds of silence that lingers between us. Well, hey, so I've got your physical therapy session scheduled for tomorrow. Can you swing by after breakfast? I don't want you exercising before we make sure it's all healed up, so we'll get it checked out. And if it's looking as good as I'm hoping, we should be able to clear you fully. Sounds good? Sounds good. I'll see you after breakfast, probably around 6 or so. The cat lets out a laugh. 6 a.m. Listen, your exercise types might be good at waking up early, but I'm kind of on a different schedule. How's 9 o'clock sound? I can't help but breathe out a chuckle as well. For some reason, I find myself standing up, slowly pacing down the center of the room. Sounds good. I'll see you then. Drayden agrees and hangs up from his end. I slide my phone back into my pocket. The room is silent yet again. My hands come up to rub my slowly waking face. I cannot fucking believe I answered the phone like that. Drayden probably thinks I'm insane. I literally just told him a few hours ago I was fine. He seemed pretty calm about it, though. Maybe I'm overthinking it. You're definitely overthinking it. but holy fuck, that's so embarrassing. Redline lets out another one of his signature high-pitched laughs, a few stray bits of food flying out of his mouth and onto the tray. He must have noticed too, as he covers his mouth and takes a second to finish swallowing. Thanks. I'm a bit surprised I managed to run into him after my nap, though granted I just sort of sat around and played on my phone for a while. I wanted to preserve the solitude for as much as I could, but I couldn't really justify spending more time doing nothing in my room despite Drayden's orders. It was pretty late in the afternoon, but not really time for dinner, so I wandered back to the mat rooms. There were obviously a lot more people this time around, so I got a chance to observe a good amount of men practicing. Redline actually found me as he was leaving and invited me to eat with him after. We managed to get to the cafeteria pretty early, thankfully before it got too crowded. The hyena downs a swig from his water bottle, piercing a spear of asparagus and a slice of chicken on the same fork before stuffing it into his maw. I'm honestly surprised that self-service even reaches this far down. We're, 20 stories underground? Something like that. He covers his mouth again, swallowing quickly before speaking again. I'm not sure if you noticed, but they actually tamper with your phone a bit. I can feel my face contort. What? How? Redline takes another forkful of food before talking. Wonder how long it'll take for him to learn to swallow before speaking. It's nothing serious. Another swallow before he continues his response. He's still twiddling his fork impatiently. Maybe I should just let him eat and get answers later. They get it outfitted with this special internet data thing. Basically, the whole facility has really strong wireless internet. The special bit is that they can monitor everything that goes on the network. He takes another bite. I should butt in before I get another sprite of chicken, so they can see everything we do on our phones. But it's not really a big deal. It's just to make sure you don't do anything illegal to breach your contract or anything, or talk shit about the league. Another high-pitched giggle. Seems like he's not too concerned about the breach of privacy. If you're concerned about porn or stuff, I wouldn't really worry about it. I'm friends with a bunch of people down here, and they can be pretty open about what they're into. That laugh seemed almost nervous, a little more unhinged than his regular laughs. Some of it's pretty fucked up, dude. He's getting louder now, even by the cafeteria crowd standards. I lift both my hands slightly and lower them gently, trying to signal that he needs to quiet down. Redline doesn't seem to notice and stuffs his face with a few more chunks of grilled chicken. I can't imagine. I know a few guys from my old work tried to get me into some weird stuff. Wait, what, like snuff? I nearly coughed up the mouthful of water I was holding. Jesus, the Christ. The hyena just laughs. I can point out 3 people, no 4 in the caf right now that would be into it. I almost want to turn around and look to see if I can figure out who he's talking about, but there's a lot of people here. It would be hard to identify anyone. I go back to picking at my veggie chicken salad. I'm not sure I want to know who those are. That's fair. I'm not one of them, if that's what you worry about. I don't think you could kill someone if you wanted to. The hyena laughs while I take a sip from my water. I would never, fighting's fun and all, but I'd never be able to forgive myself if I actually damaged someone. He stabs at the last chunk of chicken. I mean, permanently. Black eyes are one thing, losing an eye is another. My body shudders at the mention. I haven't mentioned the details of my dream to Redline, and I don't really plan on it. Granted, I didn't lose an eye, but I'm pretty sure I lived through getting my skull smashed in. I'm probably more fucked in the head than I thought if that's the kind of shit I dreamed about. I can't keep thinking on this right now. I can feel my skin crawling. Redline probably notices my silence. So, got any plans after dinner? No. Great. You can let me show you around the facility then. I forced down the last bit of my salad and take a swig of water. It's not like I can do much else here until you do, right? Redline stands up quickly, grabbing his tray. That's the spirit. Come on, little buddy. Little buddy. Wipe the scowl off my face and follow Redline to drop our trays off at the trash table, then out the cafeteria doors. We met Redline, and he seems nice. He is going to be Xander's roommate. So that's really all we got to see of Redline. That's all I got to say about Redline right now. Though he did give a little bit of information about the facility and Fang, like the fact that everybody's phones run off of the internet system that Fang, the organization, provides to everyone. This is the reason why they are able to get self-service 25 stories deep in the underground, and that their phones are bugged, so they can listen in on people's conversations to see if people are, to see if what people are doing, like if they plan on breaching their contracts or if they say something negative about the organization, they can find out. So there is a breach of privacy that I would not like if I was in that situation. So Xander, he's in a tough spot here. He has to keep fighting Bruce until he wins a fight. If he wins one fight with Bruce, then he won't have to fight him anymore. If he breaks the contract and decides to not fight Bruce and just flees the facility, then he'll get sued and he'll be in even more debt than he was before he came in there. So he said he probably has to spend like 50 years paying off Fang. So he's in a tough spot. So I think he's gonna try to talk the commissioner out of this. See if the commissioner can do something about this and maybe get him out of this situation. We got to see Bruce again and his friend there, and he was very angry. Don't know why, but he was more angry than what Xander usually sees of him. And I don't know. Kind of weird considering that he went to Xander's aid. Well, not aid, but he went to see Xander right after that fight we saw at the start of at the very beginning. And usually if you're somebody who this brutal person who just don't give a shit about your opponent, you wouldn't bother going to see them in the hospital bed. So when I saw Bruce go in there, that's kind of weird. So to see him so angry at Xander, that was kind of weird. But anyway, so that's about all I have to say for right now. We'll continue with the Undefeated next time. So thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.